more than that, the job he's doing at Merlin's Bridge Amateur Boxing Club just continues to be absolutely amazing, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he takes all the plaudits, doesn't he? He's done a great job at Merlin's Bridge, and it was lovely him talking about his mentor Eddie Davis, and how emotional he got there. To be honest with you, he certainly did him proud and everybody proud at the club, and the shows are phenomenal. If you've never been to a boxing show, please go along and taste the atmosphere there, because it is a great night. And there'll be some really good bouts there. And as Graham pointed out, there's some Welsh champions, even British champions taking part. And it's such a small little club. And hey, pardon the pun, it punches way above his weight, mate. I can tell you that now.
You beat me to it. I actually wrote that line down and didn't get it into the first interview. I'll give you that, Gord. Yeah, great stuff. And just to reiterate as well, if anyone wants tickets, all the details are on our website. Go to purewestradio.com to have a look, and do get along to support that if you can at Withybush. So let's talk football now. And this time last week, we had the Haverfordwest County Chairman, Rob Edwards, on the show. And we got some reaction to that interview. Over 4,000 people have viewed it on social media now. So thank you to everyone that took the time to watch that, and also everyone that took the time to send questions in. I think it was a really interesting interview to do. I think it was useful from the chairman and Haverfordwest point of view as well. And Gordon, it resulted in a 3-1 win over Flint. I'm not sure we can claim an assist for that victory, but it was good for them to get 3 points, wasn't it, on the weekend?
Yeah, it was nice to clear the air with Rob as well. He's got his point across brilliantly, to be honest with you. And Haverfordwest have had a very indifferent start to the season, but getting 3 points on Saturday is hopefully the way forward. 3-1 against Flint is a good result, and it's exactly the sort of reaction that we wanted on the pitch. So let's hope that can move forward as well now. With the games are coming in thick and fast as well, as you know, Ben. I don't know if you want to mention them now.
Yeah, well, indeed,
there's one tomorrow night.
Yeah, there is. It's a really hectic week on the pitch. Matters off the pitch, Rob's written an open letter basically repeating what he said on this show last week, and has confirmed that he is actively looking for investors. That timeline, like he said, it could be weeks, months, years. We don't quite know, and he's around for that journey, and he's got a busy week. So really, it's all systems go, because it's Pennebont tomorrow away, and then back at the Oggy Bridge Meadow Friday evening. We do enjoy a game under the lights. Barla are the visitors, and we say it about this league all the time, Gordon. There is no respite, really. The games just come round, don't they?
Yeah, they come around thick and fast, to be honest with you. And if you've got a few injuries and suspensions, it does take its toll. So at the moment, Haverfordwest are in a good place. They won 3 points against Flint on Saturday. Let's hope they can get a positive result tomorrow night against Pennebont, which will be a tough game. And then obviously under lights on Friday, let's go for another win. That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would indeed. You're there Friday, Tom, I think, aren't you?
Yeah, we'll be there with some music, entertainment, and some commentary on the night as well.
Excellent. Hopefully back-to-back home wins. That Pennebont game on Tuesday, always a tricky one for Haverfordwest at Pennebont. That's not an easy place to go. So hopefully they can back up that win on Saturday, which was much needed. Elsewhere, one game in Division 1 of the Pembrokeshire League. We heard from the Hakin manager, Scott Davis, in the first hour of the show. They had a good win, didn't they, Gord, at Tenby? 3-0. That was a convincing victory in the end.
Yeah, it was a convincing victory, and it was a fine display by Hakin United. Tenby had started the season quite well, and we were tipping them as possible title contenders. They've already lost twice against Hakin United now, or sitting pretty at the top of the table, 5 points clear. Still a long way to go, but on Saturday's performance, Jack Britton returned to midfield. He hasn't played at all this season. Apparently he had a good game, and they did control matters in difficult conditions. It was obviously Storm Amy. Is this Storm Amy?
Storm Amy, you're right.
Storm Amy was around. So down in the Clickets, it was quite a blustery affair. But to be honest with you, Hakin won it quite comfortably by 3-0, which Scott Davis would have been delighted, because on that day was I shouldn't say it, but I'm going to say it, Scott, it was your 40th birthday. I hope you had a great day, Obviously, the team won for you, and you must have had a great evening at the Lord Nelson where you had a party. Now
Yeah.
everybody knows.
Indeed. Well, there we go. Yeah. I'm sure he's very grateful there, Gord. What it means is Hakin are top on 18 points with 7 games played. We've spoken a few times on the show this football season about how close it is. We've said it mightn't be just those two sides battling it out for the title. Tenby, St Ishmael's, Moncton and Goodwick all on 13 points, but Tenby have now played a game more. However, because of goal difference, the table does it have a slight bit of familiarity because Goodwick are in second with a superior goal difference.
Exactly, and ironically, Goodwick go to Tenby this coming Saturday, Ben.
They do.
So it's a big game for both sides. Obviously, Goodwick will be wanting to keep tabs on Hakin United, and obviously Tenby want to still be in the mix. So they'll be looking for a win if they can get that on Saturday. But at the end of the month, I think that's the 25th, Saturday the 25th, we have Goodwick versus Hakin United. That'll be the first time the two top sides in Pembrokeshire will meet for the first time this season. And it's going to be interesting how this all unfolds this month, because it will definitely have a bearing on what will happen in the possible future.
Yeah, we shall see. October, a big month. I think when we revisit this in a month's time, it will be interesting how that table is shaping up after those games. We'll keep a close eye on that. I did want to mention the West Wales Cup results, and let's see if we can get through all of these and mention all of our Pembrokeshire sides. It is a tradition on the show that we try and do that. So, pembrokeshiresport.co.uk. Thank you as ever for some great coverage from the West Wales Cup. So in the first round, Bulk Rangers v Prendergast Villa was off. We might have to take these a couple at a time. So let's do the next two. Bankfoss Velin 2, Narberth 7. Ashley Williams scoring a hat-trick and a good win for them. But then for Penna Robbins, they were actually beaten by 7-0 away to Brinkhawk. So not great for Penna, but Narberth storming their way into round 2, Gord.
That's brilliant. Ashley has been scoring a lot of goals this season. He's probably the top scorer. And it's great to see Narberth, who had a difficult start in the Pembrokeshire League, are starting to pick up a bit of confidence in their play. And hopefully that will bring it into the Pembrokeshire League this coming Saturday.
Yeah, indeed. Penna will be disappointed. That was a convincing defeat, really, wasn't it? They were hammered by
it's a bit hit and miss with the West Wales games. I don't know what sort of Craig, their manager, I don't know what sort of side he would have had out. They have got a relatively young side, so he'll be probably more than happy to be out of that competition and concentrate trying to consolidate their Pembrokeshire League Division 1 in the top flight.
Indeed. All right, next two. Clarbeston Road and Moncton had a classic first round game. 7 goals shared. Clarbeston Road, Clarbeston Road 3, Moncton Swifts 4, and then defeat for Merlin's Bridge, actually, which I think they'll be disappointed about.
Okay.
They lost 3-2 at Cwm Wanderers. Do the Clarby Moncton game first, Gordon. That is a classic cup tie, wasn't it?
I do know the Swifts were leading 3-0. They were quite literally flying to victory. Pardon the pun again, mate. But Clarby got back. They clawed their way back to 3-3 before the Swifts got an important winner. But it was a good game of football at Knockfield on Saturday. Both sides give it their all. And 4-3, that was a bit of a thriller there.
I think Merlin's Bridge will be disappointed to go out losing 3-2 away.
Bitterly disappointed. They started quite well this season as well, but they've sort of drifted the last few results. They've lost their 2 last league games and now disappointingly going out of the West Wales Cup. They would have targeted to get a bit further in the competition, but manager Mike Preddy will probably be a little bit disappointed with that particular result.
2 goals for, is it Liam Mannering? Did he score 2
Liam
in that game?
Mannering, he scored both goals.
He doesn't captain them, does he? He doesn't captain Merlin's Bridge, does he?
Captain Mannering, I like your way of thinking. Possibly that might be brought in this Saturday.
Okay, so they're out. Ferryside St Ishmael's was postponed. Fishguard 2, Carew 0. So that was an all Pembrokeshire game. And then a big defeat on the road for Neyland. Maybe we'll do that one first, actually. They were well beaten 6-1, weren't they, by Glynneath at the weekend, Gord. So they go out of the cup in the first round.
Yeah, they had a decent run, I think it was last season.
They did.
As well, they did all right. But, they come up a very strong outfit from Neath. And Neyland are a Division 2 outfit in Pembrokeshire League. Unfortunately, at this moment in time, they're rebuilding. So it was a bit of a a bad result, to say the least. But there we are. They'll live to fight another day. They'll be back in Division 2 playing this Saturday.
And Fishguard obviously promoted into Division 1 this season for their league football, and a good win, an all Pembrokeshire game, beating Carew 2-0.
Yeah, I think Fishguard would have hoped that was a home game against them in the Pembrokeshire League, to be honest with you, so they could have bagged 3 points. But, they've done well. They kept a clean sheet, scored 2 goals. And Carew in the past have done very well in this cup competition as well, as you know, Ben. They have reached the final a few times, unfortunately not lifting the trophy. But they'll be disappointed that they bowed out. But I think they'll be concentrating on trying to keep their Division 1 status as well, because they haven't had the best of starts.
We just mentioned the title race. Goodwick United were in cup action. They thrashed Corrie Darcy FC by 5-0. Also, Johnston going through. They needed extra time to beat Camford Sports 3-1, but that's 2 good results, and that was a statement win really for Goodwick there.
Yeah, Goodwick kept a clean sheet. It was business as usual for Goodwick, to be fair. As Nigel Delaney has pointed out to me when I've spoken to him in the last few league games, they've been scoring goals quite freely. He said that all of a sudden this team is actually clicked, and they do realise what's at stake, and they're playing some really good clinical finishing football. So they thoroughly deserve that. And who was the other team you were saying? Was it Johnson or?
Extra time needed in that Johnston game. I
remember watching them in 2013 winning the West Wales Cup. But to get through, that one was, I think it went to extra time. It was 1-1, and then they scored 2 further goals in extra time. I think there was a couple of sending offs for the visitors there as well. That would have helped the Tigers overcome them.
All right, let's rattle through these last few. Kilgetty 3, Treborth United 0, Letterston 2, Plough Colts 4, and I'll do one more. New Hedges Saundersfoot United go out. They lost to Pontley by 3-2. So mix there. Letterston and New Hedges Saundersfoot out. Kilgetty powering through.
One for Kilgetty, because they've had mixed fortunes at the start of this season as well. And to win 3-0, hopefully that will give them confidence going into this week's Pembrokeshire League game. That's a good result for them.
That is.
Round,
And the final couple, Pembroke. This is another 7-goal thriller, and all Pembrokeshire games. I love this one. Pembroke Borough 3, Milford United 4. Liam Davis scoring 2 for Milford. Liam Parr on the score sheet as well. So that sounded a really good game. For St Clair's, not so good. They went out losing to Drevac by 6-1. And Solver's match with Portsmouth Athletic. I think Storm Amy will have claimed that one. That's a famously windy ground, isn't it?
It is at the best of days.
No chance that was going to go ahead. But that Pembroke Milford game sounded a good one, good.
4-3. Milford United were in the Senior Cup final last season. Liam Davis was part of that squad, I know that. And that must have been a cracking game to watch. Disappointing one to lose, but the Robins will be chirpy that they actually picked up, and they go into the next round.
All right, pembrokeshiresport.co.uk. You can review all of those games we've just mentioned, and we will do that. It's a tradition on the show that we run through all of the West Wales games. Tom, have you ever played West Wales Cup at football? Did Broadhaven enter?
I think I have a long time ago, because we made the trip to Swansea on 2 occasions, and there was a few bruised shins afterwards. So that's my experience. I think I've been to Swansea twice as a 16 or 17-year-old.
And a few sore heads on Sunday morning.
That's a good away trip. That we all remember Gordon and Fraser's stories about West Wales Cup away days. Yourself, Gordon, you must have some memories playing in that cup.
Yeah, I've played a few times with Leith, Letley, and all of that area, mate. It's great. It's good. Let's say it gives you a bit of I don't know how you explain this, but playing against different sides from different areas, it does open up your horizon to the game, to say the least, because the supporters can be a bit harsh on times, Ben, when you're away from home. But it's a great competition, and Pembrokeshire League sides, all jokes aside, have done very well over the last 10 years or so. It wasn't very often back in our day that anybody got to a final, so it seems to be a bit more teams from Pembrokeshire more involved in the cup competition, getting to the quarters, semis, and even the final now, which is good to see.
And what do you reckon, Pembrokeshire winner this year? Gord?
I'd love. That's what we want, isn't it?
I think so.
We don't mind which Pembrokeshire team wins it, to be honest with you. But it would be nice to see somebody get there and win it at the Swansea.com stadium. That would be great, because I went there Saturday and Swansea didn't win there.
You didn't bring much luck there, did you? All right. We'll follow that, of course, right the way through the competition. I think looking at those results, we've got a fair chance of a Pembrokeshire winner this time around. We're going to just take a moment. We'll come back for part 3. We'll have a look at some of the weekend's rugby, and we should probably mention as a small matter an England-Wales football match, I think, later on this week. So we'll maybe give that a mention with some Pembrokeshire representation there as well. That's to come in the final part of tonight's Pure West Sport.
Eaton-Evans and Morris